Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his Sunday morning guest, Mr. Todd Baldwin. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Here's my new hand gesture of the morning.
Folks, if you don't know, we're going to get a new hand gesture every video. So I'm thinking in about 5 or 6 weeks, he's going to be doing handstands or something. It's going to get interesting. But Todd, what I wanted to talk to you about today is something that's not a good memory, but it is something that hits home for all of us. And what I've come to realize is there's one kind of anchor or key to happiness. And now I'm talking happiness in life, in general, relationships, all of that. And I think happiness is at least anchored. There are other aspects, but here's the anchor to me, is no financial stress, right? You have enough money at the end of the month to pay the bills. It's not like I have more month than money. And I say this as someone whose family was kind of stretched 80, 85% of the time. And 15% of the time we had money for whatever reason, right? I don't know what happened, but we had money a couple of times. And yeah, I mean, the world, or at least my experience in the world growing up, is very different when there's financial stress in the system, because everything breaks. It doesn't matter if all the great stuff is happening. If you're fighting at the end of the month for this or that dollar to pay this or that thing, it just all blows up. Am I just reliving the past and I need to move on, or what's going on?
No, I think you're right. I mean, no financial stress. That is a huge privilege that I feel like I sometimes take for granted, because just like you, I remember what it was like, and now my life is so different. So yeah, I think as far as like anxiety reducing, I think having some sort of security blanket is enormous.
Yeah, and I just need people to hear this. Something about one rental at a time is we'll never bragging or anything of that. But what I'm trying to highlight is it's worth the struggle, right? I talk to people all the time that are in the first couple of years of doing this. And again, I believe everybody can make work optional in 10 years. But as I've said many times, the first 4 or 5 years suck, because you just, the momentum in the system tries to stop and give you off ramps and stop momentum. But it's worth it. And again, having, no financial stress at the end of the month is very helpful, because bad stuff still happens. You still fight. You still have, like the other day, I freaking hit a pothole on the freeway and had a tire blow out. All these other things happen, but then you could deal with it, right? You don't have to go, oh my God, how much is the tow truck going to cost? How much is the new tire? Oh my God, how can I deal with all my scheduled meetings, because I just lost 4 hours of my day? And it's just, it's something we all need to identify. That's a big thing I think I'm getting from our conversations this morning, is identification, understanding, so you could fix it. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, I mean, it's almost like a loophole, right? Of like having money so you can just be fine and take care of your stuff. And yeah, if stuff goes wrong, you're in the clear. And I will say, I think when I think of happiness, I sort of think of a few elements. One of them being a solid relationship with your partner or your spouse. But to your point, one way to make sure that happens is, the leading cause of divorce is money fights and money problems. Agreed. Even higher than infidelity. Statistically, you're more likely to get a divorce based on a financial disagreement than you are your husband or wife cheating on you. So if you can sort of eliminate the leading cause of divorce in your life and, get that correct, and that'll be huge. And then just to play devil's advocate here, I would say 2 other things that I think make you really happy is having sort of lower expectations of the people around you and higher expectations of yourself.
I like
that.
And
then honestly, really not giving a crap what anyone else thinks about you, because other people's opinions aren't going to pay your bills. So if you can do those things, right, you get your money right, you have your relationship solid, and you have a realistic expectation of the world and high expectations of yourself, I think you're going to be, I can't imagine what else would make you happier than that.
Yeah. And again, folks, if you've followed my story for any length of time, you know that I believe that happiness is the goal, however you get there. In episode 1, we talked about the 40-40 life. I want to be very clear. I have run into some, it's not a big number, but there are some people that are just truly happy going to work, socializing, doing whatever they're doing. That is, you have won. If you roll out of bed every day and you are truly, I'm not talking lying to yourself, getting drunk on Friday nights to like make it go away, but like truly happy, you win. Congratulations. You won the game. You don't have to play. But most people, there's a Joe Rogan video that I've seen on YouTube a couple of times called Quiet Desperation. I don't like it's somebody cut up a Joe Rogan interview, I think. And that's what I was living. Quiet desperation. I was comfortable. I was a duck, right? I was comfortable on the surface, but man, under the water, I was always, borderline freaked out.
Yeah. I mean, when I had my, 9 to 5, I was making tons of money but I didn't love what I did. And it was like, I was happy that I was able to invest in real estate, which allowed me to, do all these other crazy things. And now I am truly happy. But yeah, it is I think the money thing reduces stress. Like, I can't even tell you how, like, I don't have any fear. I literally have no fear. And then, once you have that, it's figuring out, okay, well, what do I want to do every day to keep my happiness going? But yeah, when you don't have to worry about where your meal's coming from or how to pay the rent or, whatever, that is a huge loophole that I think so many people like either need to realize, like, and let's help them realize through teaching, or if they have it, they don't even know how blessed they are to have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I think, I really do think kind of tying episode 1 and 2 together, the key to happiness is identification and then kind of working on that. So for lots of folks, you need to identify that financial stress, to your point, is the #1 cause of relationship issues. So if you can get on the same page, you can talk. I do believe you need to talk about money more. How about, let's go there. Do you think, how often do you and your wife talk about money? That's and not necessarily like income or this, but just talk budgeting, money, side hustles. I know you do lots of different things.
I would say multiple times a day.
Wow.
I mean, easily.
Yeah, multiple times a day. That is awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, remember, my wife and I are avid secret shoppers. So anytime we want to go out on a date, we first try to see if we can do it for free.
Yeah.
Like, we went on a dinner date. I put it on my Instagram the other day where we had like this amazing dinner, this like the most delicious dessert with like a big cookie the size of a frying pan and ice cream and all that stuff. We got paid $40 to go there and get the food for free. So nice. We're always talking about, it's not like let's sit down and get out the notebook and write things down necessarily. It's just like, hey, let's do this. What's this price? Is it worth it? Can we get it for free? Can we get a discount? All that sort of stuff. And again, folks, we don't need to have, like, we have enough money to buy whatever we want. It's not about that. It's about, can we still be smart and, not be irresponsible and just go on a spending spree.
I'm curious, when you guys were starting this journey, did you establish a budget?
It's a good question. Not in the traditional sense. Okay, so typically a budget is like, okay, what do I want to like keep my spending capped at every month?
Yes.
We did the opposite approach, and we're like, what do we want to save and invest every month? And then after that, we'll spend whatever we want.
Wow.
So for a while, it was, I remember the number we came up with that was comfortable for us is we could invest like $8,000 a month, something like that. So we put like, I think it was $6,000 into investments and then $2,000 a month into savings, or we split it up into like the next property we're going to buy, but it's $8,000 a month.
Okay.
And as long as we first saved $8,000 a month, it didn't matter what we spent. We could spend whatever we wanted.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So as we wrap this up, the key to happiness in your mind, or again, goes kind of through your 3 things. What do you think the keys are that people need to think about?
Well, I'm going to echo you. So reducing your financial stress, getting your financial security, having realistic expectations of the people around you and very high expectations of yourself, and not caring about the opinions of others, whether it's the negative comments on an article like you realized, or just, people saying, oh, you want to buy real estate, that's stupid. Or, I had so many people telling me I was making a huge mistake when I dropped out of college and I bought my first house when I was 23 with my girlfriend, right? That decision has made me millions of dollars. Like it's insane how that decision to change course in my life has done so well for me. So just do you and forget about the noise.
Yeah. So you would say that you're pro house hacking.
Oh, 100%.
That was subtle. Yeah, that's the cheat code to wealth. If you can house hack, roommate, fourplex, whatever it is, you take your biggest expense to zero. Your financial stress goes down because, again, you don't got that big bill. There's so much wisdom in house hacking. It's something I wish I would have started out of school. So, Todd, thank you very much for all you do. Where can people find you?
Yes, if you guys want to get in touch, I'm on Instagram at Todd J. Baldwin. And if you want to check out my YouTube channel, it is just Todd Baldwin.
Awesome, bud. Thanks.